Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Dobutsukayoji, the Animal Liberation Temple. As you may notice, we're still not burning incense, as that is something we don't have right now. Good morning, Tani Salazar. So good to see you. Thank you for joining our live stream. It's very much appreciated. Put my phone on silent because don't want the interruptions. But it does give me alerts of all my cameras, so I do like to keep it near me. Oh, good morning, Neil. So good to see you as well. I'm so happy you're joining in live this week. One moment. I'm a little behind on my prepping for the services this morning. But I did get everybody fed. Maybe I got to feed the tortoises and the pigeons still. But the pigeons, I wait until it warms up even a little bit more than it is now. And since the pigeons only eat once a day, I prefer, same with the tortoises, I prefer to wait until closer to midday, late morning. But it does seem like all my live streams are working. Good morning, Yolanda. So good to see you. And good morning, Pauline. Also, so good to see you. Very appreciative of you turning in on our live stream services. That is very helpful. Also, it depends on what screen I'm looking at here. The lighting is good or bad, or I tried to look for my lighting this morning, but I couldn't find it. So that's one of the things I'll try to do this week is look for my extra lighting. As the seasons change, the lighting is changing, so to figure that out. But let's jump into the update of all our dear animal residents here. We have our duck friends who are eating breakfast. Breve, Grave, Amanda, and Renee all doing really good. Our two dog friends, Lucy here to my right and Bernard over there running around. They've already eaten breakfast, doing really good. Our three goat friends down the hill, Rob, Matt, and Phil, are doing really good. Our three tortoises are doing wonderful. They've been out mostly because the temperatures are staying above 40 degrees, which is kind of my cutoff. Once it gets below 40, I bring them inside. We've been staying above 40 at night, so I've been leaving them out, and they're really enjoying the sun. Still haven't gotten their full appetite back, but we're working on that. We got the two turkey friends who are finishing their breakfast, Priya and Harriet. They're doing really good. My two Cornish roosters, Jax and Jimmy, both doing really well. My guinea fowl friend Wendy is doing well. All of our roosters in the main aviary, Sabrina, May, Brad, Hard One, Kuru, Elton, and Magnus, all doing really well. Then I have my hens in the main area, which are Glennis, Gwen, Alice, Melissa, Sunny, Dora, and Daniela, all doing really well. My two rat friends, Yamabushi and Hasu, are doing great. Our dove friend in there is doing great, Sequoia. And then we have the Cornwall Corner over here with the 16 Cornishes, Poppy, Aster, Ivy, Azalea, Peony, Cynthia, Lotus, Edward, Magnolia, Hazel, Sage, Marigold, Camilla, Hydrangea, Holly, and Zinnia, all doing very well. And then I have my 39 pigeon friends, FP, Champagne, Appletini, Tulin, Sasha, Yo-Yo, PD, Ricky, Spencer, Shambles, Beluga, Beth, Pee-wee, Cascade, Augustus, Frankie, Rufus, Harper, Elliot, Snickers, Boba, Kismet, Farah, Angus, Pandora, Jones, Sin, Harriet, Lago, Fred, Chamanto, Halo, Vin, Capone, Thimble, Percy, Pacino, Lacey, and Sasha the second. Also, all doing really well. And then right now, we are currently fostering 4 ducks, and they're doing super good. They're in the medical building right now. Um, they started off eating kind of slow, not and I think that's a cause from them being transferred, moved from one area to the next. Sometimes they can provide a lot of stress, so they need to just calm down. Um, and now that they're in like a stable environment again, they started eating again, so they're eating twice a day like all the ducks should be, and they're doing beautiful. Um, so good to hear that the lighting is working good, Neil. Thank you for commenting. Um, Let me make sure I'm not missing any comments. Lots of vocalization, definitely. Yes, everybody is up and about. Oh, good morning, Martin. So good to see you. Thank you very much for tuning in live. Good morning, Jess. So good to see you too. Hope everything is going well for you. Jess is volunteering at another animal rescue place right now, doing some wonderful work over there for like bunnies and I think some guinea fowl and some chickens. Doing really good work. Um, so happy to see people doing wonderful work. Yeah, that was Sabrina. And I think that's who you keep hearing in the background, Sabrina crowing this morning. Very happy little rooster friend of mine. So those are the updates on all of our residents. Updates on the temple itself. We've ran a couple fundraisers this month. I'm so grateful for folks who have donated. Every small amount really goes a long way. Um, you know, $10 buys a third of a bag of feed, and that's tremendous help for us. Um, so, folks who have donated, that's I'm so very grateful for. Um, with that being said, like our fundraisers have not been doing very well, and we are struggling. The temple's account is to their last dollars. Um, we should be getting a little bit more coming in, and everybody will always eat, and we will always make it work. We'll always figure it out. If I have to go and work a few hours somewhere and make it work, we'll always make it work. But with that said, like we could definitely use some help. We tried to fundraise for our rooster area to be rebuilt. We're pretty far away from that goal. We're very far away from my car being fixed. I don't think that's going to be a very long time away. Um, so that's kind of where we're at. It's expected. We live in tumultuous. We live in unsure times right now, so completely understand why we're unable to fundraise very well right now. But we'll do our best, and everybody's doing well here. As I said, with the updates, everybody's eating, and everybody seems to be healthy and doing well. And good morning, Jackie. So good to see you here live too. Some of our regular people that tune in every week. I'm so grateful for that. You know, everybody is sharing our fundraiser, which is super helpful, even if that doesn't, equate immediately into funds. What that does is increases the opportunity for that to come across the right person who does have the funds, who does really want to support work like this. So we're super grateful, and I hope folks are getting a lot out of these Sunday services. It means a lot to me that folks are tuning in and listening to these services, and I hope your animal friends at home are getting a lot from this, and the wild animals that may be nearby. are getting a lot from this. With that said, we'll start our mantras and sutras and prayers for dear animal friends. One moment while I grab my coffee. My voice becomes really rather shaky if I don't have my coffee to kind of keep my voice going here. Let me answer some of these questions here before I get started, because then I'll miss them. Good morning. Gyotan Gyatan Namkar, thank you for sharing, and super grateful that you're able to do that for us. And Yolanda, no, I do not have my car. It's still very broken and unsafe right now. The suspension and tires need to be replaced from the accident, and I realized that my mirrors are completely broken, so I need to replace those as well. So no, do not have my car. So we'll start with the recitation of the Great Heart of Wisdom Sutra found on page 4 of the Animal Liberation Temple Prayer Book. Also, a few folks reached out to me about ordering this book. I have ordered some more hardback covers. Should be coming in here. So if you are interested in getting a copy of this book signed, let me know. If you don't care if it's signed and you don't care if it's hardback, you can order the paperback through Amazon and just get it directly. Otherwise, the hardbacks, I order them at a lower cost and then ship them here, get them signed, and then send them out. Takes a little bit longer, but then you get a signed copy, if that means anything to you. Mine, even mine is not signed. Maka hanya haramita shinryo kanji zai bosatsu gyojin hanya haramita jiso kengo onkai kudo hisai kuyaku shari shishiki fuku kufu ishiki shiki zoku ze kuku zoku ze shiki ju sogyo shiki yaku bunyo ze shari shi ze shoho kuso fu sho fu metsu fuku fujo fuzo fu genze kocho mu shiki mu ju sogyo shiki mu genni bizetsu shinni mu shiki shoko mi soku ho mugen kai nai shi mu ishiki kai mu mu myo yaku mu mu myo jin nai shi mu ro shi yaku mu ro shi jin mu ku shu butsu deo mu chi yaku mu tokui mu sho tokko bodai sa dai hanya haramita 三宝在高知般若波羅蜜多世大神衆世大名衆世無常衆世無等道中の上一切空真実不可口絶般若波羅蜜多種族絶種圧逆て逆て腹逆て腹そう逆てボディソワカ般若心経願わくはこの功徳をもってあまねく一切に及ぼし我ら年田富名友の仏道Animal Liberation の上善こと自法三世佛子孫菩薩佛子孫菩薩摩訶薩摩訶補者ホロミWe now recite the Refuge Prayer in Tibetan and then in English, page 8 of the Animal Liberation Temple Prayer Book. Sangye chodan tuki chanam la janju paduk tetni gibsuji taki jinso kipe sanam ki drola pendra sangye juparsho. The Buddha, Dharma, and excellent assembly of the Sangha. Until I attain enlightenment in these, I take refuge. By my practice of the six perfections, may all sentient beings attain the state of Buddhahood. We now recite the four great Bodhisattva vows in Japanese and then in English. Shigi Seigan. Shujo Muhen Seigando. Bono Mujin Seigandan. Homon Muryo Seiganjo. However numerous sentient beings, I vow to enlighten them all. However inexhaustible my delusions, I vow to extinguish them all. However immeasurable the dharmas, I vow to master them all. However endless the enlightened way, I vow to follow it fully. It is difficult to read in this bright light, so I'm doing my best. I need to figure out how to control the lighting out here a little bit better. One day we'll build a temple here and it'll be back indoors. We now recite the 6 vows to our dear animal friends. However numerous my dear animal friends, I vow to liberate them all. However diverse the methods of animal liberation, I vow to support them all. However unheard their voices, I vow to speak out for them all. However painful and exhaustible the method of suffering, I vow to bear witness to them all. However infinite the cages and tanks, I vow to empty them all. However difficult animal liberation, I vow to achieve it completely. And we now recite the 100-syllable Vajrasattva purification mantra. Om Vajrasavasa Maya Nupalaya Vajrasavate No Pachistate Dome Baba Sitosho Me Baba Suposho Me Baba Anurata Me Baba Savasita Me Prayasha Sava Karma Sitya Me Titam Sri Yam Kuru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Savatata Gata Vajrama Me Mucha Vajri Baba Mahasamamya Safaha. This morning's talk is going to be about justice and what is justice. And as always, I want folks to frame this around our non-human animal friends, and then take that and apply it to the rest of the world, because I believe this is very applicable in today's age. What is justice? I think that we should start with what justice is not. But it's a common theme within the animal rights world. We hear that chant, justice for animals, and we all desire this for our dear animal friends. But what is justice? And like I said, let's start with what justice is not. What I think justice is not. Justice is not revenge. Justice is not punishment. And justice is not violence. I think this is really important to remember. And before I go into what I think justice is, let's give some examples. I think we're all too familiar with the posts that we see on Facebook or Instagram or wherever you get your social media from, or maybe even conversations that you're having with your close friends, and talk about justice. I want justice for the animals. I want justice for these people. And often we, see something that happens to animals and we wish the worst on those abusers. Sometimes we wish violence on those abusers. We wish retribution, punishment. And then we call this justice. But I don't think that's even what the animals want or need. I don't think we need the extermination of all abusers. And apply that across all social justice movements. I don't think we need the extermination of those who cause harm. That's not justice, that's just extermination. So what is justice? Justice, in my opinion, is the healing of both parties, both those who cause harm and maybe more importantly, those who are harmed. I think it's important for those who are harmed to be healed and should be prioritized as the ones getting the healing. But if we want to enact justice, we need to seek to heal the ones who are causing the harm. Because without this, the harm, the abuse, they go on. Punishment and violence is definitely not a real solution. Because if it was, we would see our world getting better. We would see things being fixed. We would see abuse and harm on the decline. But I don't think we're seeing that. And I don't think we're seeing that because we are seeking a distorted view of justice. Let me give an example. You have cattle rancher who, you know, raises cows, probably separates mothers from children. Sorry, yeah, mothers from their children. You know, maybe even cares for these cattle in the meantime, but eventually they end up in this scary place that can only be likened to hell, where they're shoved down a conveyor belt and full of fear and anxiety to finally, just be slaughtered and used as meat. So who's causing that harm? And we may point at that cattle rancher. They're causing the harm. So what is justice for them? How do we enact justice in this situation? We can say, you know, we should jail that rancher and put them in jail so they can't cause harm anymore. Put them away so they can't cause harm anymore. You know, force them into poverty so that they, can't provide for their family, and so that they suffer like the cow suffered. Yeah, is this really justice? Because I'm reminded of a beautiful situation of justice. We all, most of us are familiar with, I think it's a Rowdy Girl Ranch or Rowdy Girl Sanctuary. She was once a rancher. She once sent these cows to slaughter. But justice happened. She changed her mind. She healed her own heart. And now she offers sanctuary to these cows. And now she serves as an example of how justice looks for those ranchers. How ranchers can seek justice. How we can heal our hearts, and how cows can be saved and nurtured, and as an example for the whole world, and how we can treat cows. So why would we seek harm to these people? Rather, we should seek healing for those who are causing the injustice, and seek real justice. To me, this is real justice. I see post after post of saying, we see pictures of hunters across, being pictured with, our dead friends, and it's horrible and sad, and my heart grieves for the loss of my dear animal friends, and absolutely the cause of that harm is by those hunters. But imagine a hunter who heals and who reaches out to their own community and says, this hunting isn't right, it's wrong. And look how beautiful it could be living with our animal friends rather than killing them. And that voice of that ex-hunter is such a powerful voice in our movement. That's justice. Wishing death upon people, wishing harm on others, is only the harm that we continue to see in our world. Violence only leads to the cycle of violence. So real justice is absent of violence, is absence of revenge, is absence of punishment. Real justice is healing. Real justice is healing those who are causing harm, and having them find ways to re-nurture our planet, to re-nurture, to change the way that they've been acting, and to be that powerful voice in our movement that seeks to live in better harmony with everyone. So the next time we see harm in our world, let's think of ways we can enact real justice, how we can heal those who are causing harm, how we can bring those folks onto our side, and turn them into that powerful voice for those who are harmed. Turn them into the powerful voice for those who are still committing these injustices. Because what better way? What better person to change a rancher's mind than a fellow rancher? What better way to change a hunter's mind than a fellow hunter? What better way to change a racist mind than a fellow racist, or a bigot's mind than a fellow bigot, right? Or former bigot, a former racist, former hunter. That's justice. A former rancher. I think this is the type of justice that we should be seeking. These are the type of justice that we should be nurturing in our world. I think this way is how we will achieve animal liberation, how we'll achieve total liberation for all beings, is by seeking true justice. So that's what has been weighing heavy on my heart this week. And mostly it's the the violent posts that I see online, and even hear my friends talk about this violent justice that people are seeking, punishment and things like that. I see human beings rotting away in prisons, and who are serving no benefit to the ones that they harmed, and serving no benefit to anyone else. Um, just removing somebody from the equation, removing somebody from the society, really causes no justice, and no help. Rather, we should embrace those, and turn their hearts to compassion and love, and nurture their ability to make real change in this world. And the reminder that we should prioritize victims and help them heal, and we should prioritize victims and make sure that they are well also. Um, but I'm reminded of all my chicken friends here who were saved from slaughter. And it would do no good to punish those who created the slaughter. They'd still be here. They'd still be alive. And unfortunately, their brothers and sisters still die because we haven't sought real justice in those situations. We need to take those who are working in slaughterhouses and build them up and get them better jobs. And I have a dear friend of mine who's a powerful, powerful activist who's a former slaughterhouse worker. Because somebody changed her mind. Somebody showed her a path to real justice. Yeah, Pauline makes a good point that even in the UK, we're probably more progressive than the U.S. prisons, are still focused on punishment rather than rehabilitation. Imagine if every prison was not a prison, but a place of rehabilitation, was a place for mental care, a place to find out what these people are missing in their lives, what's causing them to, uh, what is causing them to cause harm. Imagine a world like that where we nurtured those who caused harm. We found out what was going on, and we turned those people into powerful advocates for peace. Now, that is my talk for today. I hope folks look at the world around you a little bit differently. Um, I hope folks look at the harm that might be going on in this world and see it as an opportunity to seek real justice. We're going to conclude today's services with a recitation of the Animal Liberation Prayer, as well as the dedication of merit. And then we're going to see our pigeons today, because we haven't visited our pigeons in a while online, so we'll see how they're doing. We'll now recite the Animal Liberation Prayer, found on page 12, 13, and 14 of the Animal Liberation Temple Prayer Book. May all sentient beings, especially our dear animal friends who are subject to unbearable pain in labs throughout the world, be free of suffering. May alternatives to animal experimentation, vivisection, and dissection be implemented immediately. May bodhicitta, the quality of compassion that leads to enlightenment, fill the hearts of those who imprison them. May all sentient beings, especially our dear animal friends who suffer endless days, months, and years, locked in tiny cages and unable to move, be filled with peace and calm. May all sentient beings, especially our dear animal friends who are forcibly taken from their families, be reunited, and may all families be able to stay together. May the hearts of those who work in slaughterhouses, factory farms, and all industries that exploit our dear animal friends be filled with bodhicitta, so the very thought of harm is purified. May they never kill again, and may the slaughterhouse lines, factory farms, and all industries that exploit our dear animal friends become immediately empty. May no animal be afraid or depressed. May their bodies be free of injuries, disease, and illness. May the mutilation of their bodies be forever ceased. May those who need homes or have been driven from them find shelter, plentiful food, and water. May there be liberation for those tortured for fur, entertainment, or who are hunted. May those who believe that they're superior to our brother and sister animals develop perfect equanimity, and may they realize in their hearts that all sentient beings possess Buddha nature, the potential to be completely free of suffering, and that they are not ours to kill or exploit. May the billions of land and sea-dwelling sentient beings who are abused, exploited, and killed due to greed, hatred, and ignorance be free of suffering. May all nets, hooks, blades, projectiles, traps, snares, cages, pens, tanks, lethal restraints, saddles, reins, prods, bait, poison, and all instruments used to harm, exploit, and dominate our dear animal friends be forever abolished. May all human and non-human sentient beings live together in harmony, peace, equanimity, and achieve perfect enlightenment quickly. May we all experience happiness, safety, freedom, and animal liberation in this very lifetime. We now recite the dedication of merit to our dear animal friends. Throughout our many lives and until this moment, whatever virtue we have accomplished, including this aspiration for peace, and all that we will ever attain, this we offer for the benefit of all sentient beings, especially our dear animal friends. May suffering, exploitation, and unnecessary death be decreased for every being, while wisdom, bliss, and compassion increase in this and every future life. May we clearly and instantly perceive the plight of our dear animal friends with the urgency and seriousness they deserve, and our every action leads them to complete liberation. May we quickly attain enlightenment and work ceaselessly for liberation of all sentient beings. Go through his comments here. Yolanda says humans have a long way to go until they understand the meaning of justice, probably decades or a millennia. Maybe. And maybe it just takes a few individuals to set the example and show that path. So I think we should all work diligently to show that path forward. Maybe it's challenging violence at its every place where it wakes up. It's every time you feel that compulsion to condemn somebody, you nurture them into changing their hearts. And even when they don't change their hearts, you set the example of how we seek true justice. You know, this is same in America and Canada, but America is worse. I tend to. I think this might be. Oh, it's replying to the prisons in UK, but yes, that's true. The American prisons are pretty horrid. There's I do prison service where I reach out to folks who are in prison and talk with them. Usually I'm talking about whatever they want to talk about and kind of set the example of how we can, live in this world without harm and embrace compassion and things like that, without even having to attach a religious meaning to it. Um, and you'll be surprised at how far it goes just listening to somebody and just hearing what they've gone through. So, I've talked to people who committed some pretty horrific crimes, and that's where I've come to that realization that prison's not helping them change. I think love and compassion is what's doing it, and we need to keep reaching out to folks. So, you know, we all need to do that good work and reach out to those folks who need that help, who need that nurturing of love and compassion. It's not just our friends that need love and compassion. Our friends do need love and compassion, but sometimes it's the folks who are causing the harm that need the most love and compassion. All right, let's go visit our pigeon friends. Oh, I'll remember to change the mic this time. All right, might get a little shaky. Here we go. I think Neil was asking about how Bernard and Lucy are doing. You can hear Bernard's barking in the background. Lucy is just sitting in front of the altar right now, being a good temple dog. All right. Yes, folks, if you've never seen our pigeon aviary, it's very, very beautiful. Look at you can see the scenery that the pigeons get to look out over, and it's a full flighted aviary, so the pigeons actually get to fly back and forth on everything. I don't know how the lighting is or if that's doing any justice, but I have pigeons above me and my king pigeons. I'll walk over here to the nesting boxes because I don't know if the lighting is allowing us to see them. Beautiful pigeons. Oh, look. People can see that's FP up there. Here he goes. You can see he can fly all the way across the aviary. I have some spots around the temple that I like to meditate in, and this is one of my favorite. I enjoy meditating with the chickens as well. But sometimes I come in here and meditate with the pigeons, and it's one of my favorite spots to meditate. You can hear just the flap of their wings, and they're, able to have a community in here. They're able to fly. It's such a big aviary that, if they are having an issue with one of the other pigeons, they can just fly to the other side of the aviary and kind of go away and give them space. You can hear the beautiful cooing. Just an absolutely wonderful place to meditate. So these are our good pigeon friends. They're probably getting hungry, so I will feed them right after services. right across from my Cornishes here. Here's our Cornishes. Here's the back of the medical building. And Bernard running around. Hi, Bernard. Being a good boy. And Lucy. Being a good girl. Sorry for all the crazy camera action here. And I know we're not balanced right now. I just kind of quickly put the camera down, so it's pretty not balanced. And switch the mic over. Thank you everybody for joining us today here at the Animal Liberation Temple, where we're at the service of the spiritual and physical liberation of our dear animal friends. Please share this live stream, share our pages, share our posts, share our fundraisers. We are in greater need than usual right now, so those who have the ability, please help where you can. But really sharing and getting it to the people who do have the ability to help is of probably the greatest benefit. And beyond that, the greatest benefit that we can do for our dear animal friends is advocating out there for them, and seeking real justice and turning the hearts of those who might be committing harm. It's the real advocacy work that we need to do, and seeking true justice. So thank you all. Have a wonderful week.